I love the smell of books. And it's can be new books, old books, doesn't matter. Certain books, and I will go to the bookstore, and I will pick books based on the smell.
Something that brings me immense joy that's small is playing frisbee with my dog. Just these when it's just the perfect floater and he just times it and he's happy. That just brings me a ton of joy.
If I'm having a bad day or things are really stressful, I like to get in my car and go for a drive. I like to roll down the windows, no matter how cold it is, and I like to sing at the top of my lungs, really cheesy Disney musical songs. It really brings me a lot of joy, makes me happy, fills my cup, and then nobody really knows that I do that.
The small thing that makes me happy is sitting by a nice warm fire.
So you will ask the question, or?
I'll ask the question, and if you could answer it back to me, like something small that gives me happiness is.
Okay.
It's like a door that opens up to requests or trust. Like if someone says no to me, then I know that their yes means something.
Just do little tiny things that people might not expect to make their day a little bit brighter. Sending a message or maybe dropping someone off at their house.
In wintertime, after a snowstorm and after some warm weather, and it kind of melts the top layer of the snow, and then you do the first imprint, and you kind of hold your body weight on the top for a little bit, and then all of a sudden you crush down through it. The crunch is always something that's contagious.
As you get perspective, as I get older, I'm like, oh, this is sweet. This is like the ultimate privilege. To be able to do nothing is the ultimate privilege.
You don't want me to answer this question. There's just something really interesting about that to me.
Being out in the mountains and connecting with nature.
Overall, just that giving, that the small acts of giving, whether it's getting a glass of water for a friend or whether it's actually helping a friend in deep need, I think that makes me happy. That makes me truly happy, and it's very simple, and it fulfills my bucket, it fills my heart, fills my soul.
Thanks, Louis.
Thank you. That's great. That's I really like that.
Nice, really.
We would like to congratulate you because you are not special. You are average. For too long, terms like ordinary and normal have been used as insults that conjure images of a dull, unfulfilled life. They express the internalized illusion that we are somehow special, that we are one of one. The problem is not that we are normal, but rather that we've been sold the fantasy that if we shoot for the stars, we too can achieve greatness. And unrealistic expectations of achievements hold the key to all of life's wonders. It's a mass indoctrination into the church of success, where we must worship achievements over social resumes. Images of happy families that are staged for just long enough to capture such an illusion. Till the kids return to their PS4, mom returns to Facebook, and dad retreats to the garage for some quiet time with a cold one. We are given examples of legends who have overcome insurmountable odds to reach glory. The farmer's daughter becomes a rich CEO. The kid of a hardworking single mom becomes the NBA star. What we are not given is any real context of their lives, how they truly feel, what truly fulfills them, when the magic sauce really is in the small details.
Yeah, so I I thought about something small that makes me happy, and I kind of struggled to come up with like a good one.
Those little moments where you kind of stop and slow down, look around. So on a hike, if you notice the bark of a tree and you're just drawn in, I think those little moments of beauty really bring me joy.
You just get to sip your coffee and like just be. You don't have to rush out. You don't have to rush to get dressed. You don't have to rush to do all that. It's an absolute privilege to be able to do that because a lot of people on this planet have to do something all the time.
Look at these books. Honestly, like Lonely Planet books are notoriously delicious.
Watching my dog play with other dogs.
The clouds in the sky and the way that the light is reflecting on them as the sun is coming up or going down. It really kind of just grounds me and puts me in the right place.
I do walk a bridge almost every day with my dog. Multiple bridges. And every time I'm midpoint, I feel it. It's like a transition into this other place. It's like the in-between of anything. You can go forward or you can go back. But in that moment, in that dead center spot of the bridge, you're like suspended in between these two places.
This is a book that's all tech. Older. It's not a nice smell, like it's been used.
One of our daughters is pretty closed by nature. She's not much of a sharer, and every once in a while, after she works out or plays soccer or like does something she loves, she'll just like open up to me, and I won't say a word. I mostly just listen, but like it just, my heart grows like 20 sizes just hearing all her thoughts and you know what she's excited about, worried about, that I don't get the view into very often. And so we'll be driving or walking or whatever, and it's just like makes my life happy. It's like those quiet little in-between moments, you know.
In the modern world, we have been continuously convinced that contentment is a destination reserved for the exceptional. It created a crisis of achievement culture where rules are made based on extreme societal outliers. And those of us that come to the realization that we are not special, that we are normal, often find ourselves unsatisfied and disengaged with our lives. What we should see as meaningful successes become viewed through a lens of failure. Such a distorted view of being normal. Even the very few that do achieve exceptional status often find the very pursuit they've dedicated their lives to leaves them unsatisfied. When outliers reach their oasis, they find a mirage. Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback of all time, expresses his hope that his young children are not tormented by the pursuit of perfection as he was. Yes, he described it as torment.
I love cooking a meal for somebody. I think that food can be a form of a love language. And often, like in Western culture, we cook and we don't put any emotion into it. So when somebody comes over and you can really feed with love, it's exceptional.
It's the lights, the shadows, the connecting with nature, not having something on you. It all counts. It's like, it's unexplainable, but it creates a sense of energy.
For instance, the other week we made little snowmen out of socks and rice, and they just were overcome with joy. And seeing those moments in other people definitely brings me joy.
Yeah, I would say there's no color pictures. I probably know pictures. This feels to me like a novel.
I think that humans for thousands and thousands and thousands of years have used that as their TV screen and meditative tool and place to imagine, just staring into those flames.
Especially in times when, I don't always feel good about myself, right? So the fact that I'm able to give in those moments and feel like, I can make somebody else happy, I can serve somebody else is a pretty special feeling and pretty small. Like you said, I don't need to drive a Bentley. I don't need to have a huge mansion in order to give and to feel good about that.
Of the great many changes in the modern world, social media has got to be one of the biggest. It's made that empty feeling worse as we constantly compare ourselves to fake highlight reels. Over and over, again and again, we see those who achieve exceptional status lead unbalanced lives, obsessed with a singular focus. And when reached, the view from the top is only different, not better. Compulsion often leaves them empty because you are still you, and your problems are not solved with external achievements. The mind really is its own thing, and it can make a heaven of hell or a hell of heaven. No reality can ever match the dream we can create. We cannot buy away what is in our DNA.
No matter what mood I'm in or how I'm feeling, I just see him playing and it brings a smile to my face immediately.
Walking in the same forest decade after decade and seeing the changes in certain trees dying, certain trees growing, places where things weren't growing and start growing, and you realize that the world kind of changes without you, and you're really not going to change a lot of the world, and you just have to kind of accept those changes, and also that the length of a human life is so short compared to so much of what we see in nature.
I think small things I like to do is just kind of include something I make myself with someone in passing, even if need be.
People in general and humans naturally feel at peace when they're surrounded by nature, and kind of getting out of the day-to-day headaches of the city kind of brings a sense of joy and peace within yourself.
That peace before the craziness of the day, and it brings me energy and it brings me joy and just looking forward to the day, and gives me that chance to think about all the things that I'm thankful for in the day and that I appreciate before, I get into it. And it always makes my day better. So I very intentionally get up before everybody else gets up, just because that's such an important part of my day and really sets the tone.
Oh.
Sorry.
Good idea.
Hey, sweetie, here's your
Ouch! Who's doing that?
So on this day, what we would like to do is celebrate people who are comfortable and appreciative of their normality, ones enjoying their enoughness, like kids. Notice how an attitude of gratitude comes naturally to children? The world is a constant wonder while jumping on a trampoline. Kids just get it. They aren't overthinking what's for dinner. They aren't worried about who will play with them tomorrow. Children exist in the moment. They don't need to reconnect with mindfulness. They don't spend time wishing on a rewind. And kids got more love than a monk's got time. Have you ever heard an older person near the end of life say the key to life is a bigger house, winning the lottery, a gold medal? In fact, outliers and the elderly will tell you precisely the opposite. It's in the middle of our journey, before the wisdom of a lifetime, that we lose sight of what true contentment can be. This is likely where you find yourself now. So let's get out of our own way. We all have all the things we need to be fulfilled. But oh me, oh my, we're getting exhausted on a stationary bike. Get out and enjoy the ride.
Something small I like to do is include people in the cooking that I do for myself.
Something small that brings me joy is helping out this ESL kid that I sit beside me.
And as you're leaving the city and kind of the concrete jungle and you're approaching the mountains and you can see them in the distance, there's kind of a sense of peace with that, knowing that you're going out into nature and doing something that you enjoy and connecting with the natural environment. And as you're out there and being able to be present during those activities.
Any song that comes on random classic Disney tune shuffle. And I'm a terrible singer. I don't always know the lyrics. And I sing really loud.
My breath, my movement, my sound, and my clitoris. Something small that brings me so much joy.
Smiling at people in public and getting a smile back.
Really well-oiled, sharp chainsaw.
There's something magical about being in trees.
A book has to smell good. I don't give a shit. I don't give a damn what it says, what the words are on the page.
When you do something, even when you're not asked to do it, even right, and those feel pretty darn good. They make me feel good about myself.
I take him to the dog park every day for his own benefit because he needs exercise, but I think I get a ton out of it no matter what mood I'm in. When I bring him there and I see him, interact and play with other dogs and be happy, I can't help but smile. And I love it so much and I love him so much. And it just brings so much joy to my life. And I think that is one of the little things that really just makes me happy.
We all get one story to write, so be mindful of what that story will say. Because you are not your resume. We handpick what we devote our energy to, and that creates meaning that is personal and beautiful. What matters is that we live life by purpose and not by accident. What matters is action with realistic intentions. And what's crystal clear is what the meaning of life is not. The key to a happy life isn't trying to, or even accomplishing, preposterous feats. It is not to have extraordinary experiences. Rather than aspire for absurd goals, a surer way to happiness is to set realistic expectations that are reasonably met. So we feel an internal sense of achievement. You don't have to be Kelly Slater to find surfing fulfilling. Once basic needs are met, happiness is internal and dependent on connections. Connections to nature, pets, people, and purpose. For a lot of us, it might really be watching your dog catch the perfect floater. It's about damn time we threw ourselves a party. Today, we are saluting us, the ordinaries, the normies. We call it a celebration of normal. So take time to appreciate the wonders, the people, and the moments. The good life is already around you. And dream small. What you got is enough. You can't have it all.
Kendall Ben and his souped up Ben, Sunset Strip with his Bobby friends, White Sand Beach with an empty gaze, always longing for the perfect way. Got up 36, 24, 30 songs, float planes, Cubans, and Jamaican rum. Big fat bills and the pills to match. Can't stop worrying if it's built to last. Dream small. What you got's enough, you can't have it all. Dream small. High you climb is hard to fall. Dream small. Bobby Sue was the talk of the town, kept Big Ben in his golden crown. He said sail coast to coast, left her waiting with the wedding toast. Singing silly songs with the tiny fans between soccer practice in the minivan. Main Street living never felt so fine. She's got more loving than a monk's got time. She's got more loving than a monk's got time. Dream small. What you got's enough. You can't have it all. Dream small. Come on. High you climb is hard to fall. Dream small.
Hey, hold on. Can we do a follow-up? It's an honor, no flex. Sticking to the facts. Stick your wins and your jingles, blast them out the window. Cause oh me, oh my, you're getting exhausted on a stationary bike. Get out and enjoy the ride. Quit wishing on a rewind, missing out on the spice of life. Grab your snacks, I got snacks. Our minds to reflect on the sandbox and the primo things. Wave on the limousines, cause you're not your resume. So let's just appreciate the arts and the crafts on the way. Whether we'll make out a zicking and a beating and a bobbing and a time keeps on passing, whether you're playing or dreaming.
Some of us more than others.
Let's open a beer.
Cheers.
One day, there are no more days, and you're never gonna buy away what's in our DNA. One day, there are no more days, and you're never gonna buy away what's in our DNA.
What you got jam? You're good.
What the book smells like.
You know what? I don't think I ever paid attention to that before, Stephen. And now I always find myself sniffing the book.
That's my fault.